Agency. We are talking all things live streaming. Feel free to come in. Let me know if you have questions. We're going to get started in just a second. Let me know if you have any questions. We're going to talk all things going live with confidence and ease, friends. So let me know how you're doing, what's going on for you. And like I said, we're going to get to talking and chatting and making sure you understand how to go live with confidence and ease. So, in the meantime, this is my 4 o'clock. I tell people all the time what time it is. Hey, how you doing, pals? Appreciate you being here. Let me know how's everything going for you, friend. Let me put a little message in the chat that says hello. And so, hopefully, all is well your way, and you had a good day today. So here's hoping you had a good day today, friend. Good. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm tired. I'm sluggish. I can't go live super long, because the agency meeting. I'm in that. I got a busy week. I got to travel this week to my friend who's in Chicago. So I'm like, everything about everything about the week just seems just stressed. So, but I'm okay. I'm okay. So I'm just trying to think about my to-do list. I have to kind of think through a couple things and just make sure all is well in the world. Um, and so we'll get there. We'll get there, friend. In the meantime, I am proud of myself. I got my store front stuff up to date. There's still like some smaller checklist things I need to do, but it's up to date for the most part. Um, and so there's some house cleaning stuff I need to do. Housekeeping, I guess that's the word, housekeeping things I need to do. I just thought about another thing I need to add to the list. So, um, let me see. I just had to write it down because it was going to fall out my head. I'll be like, what was that thing I was going to update? So there's like a couple of housekeeping things I need to do for it. So I'm going to launch it just knowing that I got some tasks that I need to do to fix on the back end. But I do have our scheduling, so I want to talk about that. That's available, for folks. I'll probably make it available as of, I was thinking I was going to do it today for people who want to schedule for Thursday. So maybe, for Tuesday. So maybe I will put it out there today. I just have to do one or two things to make sure it's up to date, and then launch it. So we're all good. So that's something I'm doing. And then overall, people will be able to see my storefront. I've had actually 3 people reach out to me asking to do private sessions. So I'm like, oh, I need to make this available, folks, because I haven't had my stand available for anybody because I've been focused on the agency. So I haven't been taking appointments with private clients or anything like that. Non-agency folks, I haven't done anything. So I'm trying to make sure that I kind of bring that to the forefront again. So we'll see. In the meantime, everybody, how you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Give me a thumbs up if you are here. Give me a like, but also put in the comments you're new or hello. And then if you have not clicked that subscriber button, click the subscriber button. And make sure you click the bell to get notification when I go live and post. Hold on one second. So Patty said also wanted to let's see, also wanted to tell you, if you ever think you'll benefit from quiet co-working session, I do that in the free community. Focus music silence, not like other TikTok live where you're talking and partying. Oh, I love that. I love that. Um, I may take you up on that. So, but let me get my mind together because I do got a couple tasks I do. What happens is, honestly, what's happening nowadays is that I'm like bouncing around, making sure I'm visiting folks, but I'm like multitasking. So when I was in your session that day, that was super helpful because I was like working. So I think I may need to do that, but then I'm also trying to balance support for folks. I was on my phone that whole time and did not charge it. This is gonna be a mess. I'll send you the link later for when you're ready. Okay, perfect. Email it to me so that way I can grab it real quick. And that's your school community. What did you end up doing? You end up doing school because I think we end up talking about did my video ever play for you? I think that's what you shared, that my not my voice note. I don't think it ever played for you. So what I shared, just in a nutshell, just a quick description, it's okay to say on YT. I pretty much was saying that yes, Stan's community is definitely a starter space for you. It's a placeholder. Okay, no problem. No, it didn't. Okay. So I was basically saying in agreement that people who leave it and don't stay with it, because it's really not meant to be a forever community. It's really a starter space, and using it as a place where maybe you want to send documents and as a repository to share, especially if you have materials that came from your Stan store. You can use it in that way. You can have people, I think people can communicate and send messages as a community, but you really can't connect individually with folks. You have to kind of go outside. So it does have a lot of limitations, but if you're just trying to get things up and running and you want to kind of bring that community space to the forefront, it's a great starter community space. That's kind of what I was saying in a nutshell. So just thinking about, okay, how do I get started? I don't want to invest a lot in me. How do I make sure that people are getting my information? I can send out reminders. I can send some other stuff. It's used in that way. And then when you're ready to evolve and integrate another space or platform, there's other resources out there. Some of them are more costly than others. Some of them, all of them have pros and cons. I'm going to say that right now. School is okay. I think it does have some pros and cons, but I think there's some things they could do so that obviously they have a structure so that if you want your community to evolve, then maybe you need to create a new community. That's part of it, part of the strategy. So maybe you have multiple communities going on in school. So, but if you want to create some paywalls behind some of your resources, you could do that too with your current community. But if you're thinking about having different tiers and levels and stuff, it gets a little complicated because then the community aspects is kind of always there, and then now it's a matter of, okay, whose level, what level are you on, you're at, and how you can leverage the other resources. So it's a little complex. I wish I could make certain community posts available only. Yes, that's the limitations I'm talking about. So it's like limitations like that. You can not post. That's the problem. Materials, resources, you can make it based on your level. You're right. And even there, I can't remember. There was something about that level stuff that was not. Um, it was some nuances that you couldn't use it for certain things. I can't remember what it was, but it's always something a little bit off about how they have it set up. So you almost have to create another community if you're trying to create a different type of access for a certain type of person, um, um, a certain type of demographic audience that you're trying to target. You almost have to create a separate community. So we can unpack that a little bit. I'm saying that out loud with the understanding that I need to go and kind of look at where the nuance was, but it is definitely some things about it that is not, quick and easy to use. Within the modules, it would be cool to make certain pages or folders within it exclusive as well. See, yeah, exactly. So yeah, you've done some research on it. Yes. So, yeah. So for that reason, I don't like it. So for example, let's say this, I have the school for the agency folks, and I probably can have some resources in there that people can access for pay, because I've thought about this over the last week with me trying to update my Stan store and make sure things was more current. Um, with that, it's not the case where I probably will have to create another access for folks in the agency to get some resources and materials. Maybe I can make a folder available to those people, but I think I would end up having to create just a separate community for people who only want my coaching services and resources that way. So I'm kind of thinking through that. Do I do a separate community? Do I just create um, a Google file where people can get access that way? I'm trying to think about that. Do I make a a stand community for people to get, go back and get resources if they need them? So I'm still kind of playing around with things, but recognizing that I do pay for school, and like, how can I leverage it? But not everybody's going to be in the agency, so that's the tricky part of it. So yeah, so that's why I'm like, oh, do I create a new community for non-agency folks? So I really don't know. So I'm kind of playing around with that and seeing if it's needed immediately. It may not be needed immediately. So yes, because my community is free to join, but the cohort also lives in there. Yes. See? Yeah, so it's complex. There's so many different layers to this. Um, yeah, so it's so complex, but and then like I said, nothing's for free on the end of the service provider. You're paying for some other resources and tools and systems. So you almost got to get your mind wrapped around that. Like, hey, I need to make sure I can um, make myself and my services available, and some of that comes with a cost. It's just how it is. All right, friends, let me go live. Let me go live. I appreciate y'all all being here. Thank you so much. We got 3 people in the room, but 2 likes. So let's see if we can get another like. Thank you so much. One, oh, slow down a bit. Yeah, yeah. We'll get it going again. I know how you doing, friend. Thank you so much for being here. You're in Melbourne, Australia. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you putting a comment in. Thank you for so much. So I do co-stream on TikTok. I'm about to go on TikTok in a second. You're gonna hear me go live in real time. And I'm bummed about myself. I didn't charge my phone, and so I think my phone's gonna act a little glitchy. So we'll see how this goes. I should have been charging while I was sitting there. And so with that, thank you for being here. We talk all things live streaming. The Idea Barista is my moderator, so that's who we've been chatting with, talking about just understanding the next level of building your community. And so recognizing that, this is a process. And so as you do it, you want to make sure that you have the right folks that you're getting information from and building and growing. So that is so important. Um, so yeah, so thank you for being here. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment. Let me know if you go live. You're welcome for being here. Thank you for sitting with us. Thank you for engaging in the community. And so we're gonna get started in just a few moments so we can go live. And I go live on TikTok, and I'm gonna get started there. Thank you so much, pals. You registered. Look at you. It's like, oh, she's in here as a registered person. Thank you for that, friend. Thank you so much for being here. Um, and so we'll get started. And then I have other. I love how it popped up. Did it really at the end of my live? I've been trying my best. I'm trying to be a role model. You said neutral. And what's neutral? Thank you so much. I'm trying to be a role model when it comes to scheduling out these lives and having that information there. Um, and showing people, hey, let's get to the point where we're scheduling out our live. And so I'm trying to be a little bit more diligent about that. And you heard me earlier say, hey, when you go live, you have people who, as you join your live, start your live, you're basically starting to talk. I don't know if you heard me say that, but you want to make sure that you are talking almost instantly, because once I go over there, YouTube will, I transition from you guys and it picks up what I'm saying. So I'm trying my best to be ready to go. So I've been hitting start and I'm not quite ready. So it is catching. So I'm trying to be a little bit more thoughtful about my process too. So we'll see. All right, friends, thank you so much. We're going to get going. Good morning or good evening, TikTok. TikTok, it is Dr. Lisa. Thank you so much for being here. We are talking all things going live. We are talking about going live with ease and confidence. We are talking about the live stream process. So feel free to come in. Let me know if you have any questions as you prepare to go live, friends. Thank you so much for being here. Why is it not showing up? Interesting. Thank you so much for coming in. We are talking about how to go live with ease. This is my 4 p.m. As people come in, we're going to talk. What does it mean to go live with confidence and ease? Hey, pals. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you being here. And so we're getting the account going. We want to make sure people know how to go live, whether you're nervous, afraid, scared. Treese Jones, how are you? Thank you for that daily heart me coming in. E-Nurse, how you doing, Fred? Appreciate you all joining. Thank you so much for coming into the live. Again, we are talking about live streaming for beginners, new people, experienced live hosts. I want you to go live. So TikTok, send the right audience in the room so they know how to go live. Let me know if you have questions as you engage in this process. This is something. Kim Love Jones, how you doing, friend? As if I didn't just see her on a panel. Appreciate you, friend. Thank you so much for coming in. I just started this live. So we're going to see how this goes. I'm trying my best. I want to see if I can get 90 minutes in. Hey, Doc, how you doing? I'm going to see if I can get 90 minutes. So I'm going to take this right to the wire, close to 6 o'clock. We'll see if I can do a little under 6. But we do meet as a community at 6:30 on the ZOOM. Okay, so we're gonna go over there. But in the meantime, we're gonna talk about live streaming here. I got live streaming tips put up there so you guys can kind of know some of the things you want to keep in mind. And keep in mind as you're growing on this live stream, as you become more confident, as you become more comfortable in front of the camera, as you're talking to your audience, there's some things in terms of how this platform operates that you're going to have to keep in mind. And I will say this, we were in a chat earlier. I'll talk about it a little bit, recognizing that everybody's journey is going to be everybody's journey. You have your own individual journey here. So what you do and how you operate may look quite different than how other people operate. And so just recognizing that it's no one size fit all. There are so many different nuances to this platform. As you grow and think about your strategy for growth, it's going to be important for you to understand all the different facets that you can grow and not limit yourself. We Coach Rhonda talks about this all the time. Those limiting beliefs, those things that kind of keep things narrowed and focused. There's going to be kind of a tool kit, a chest, or what do you call it? A chest kit of different things that you need to do to make sure you're growing. So I thought about that because in the conversation earlier we mentioned battling, and do you need to battle? Should you battle? Actually, you should think about that as a growth strategy. Mr. Treetop, you coming in now, you should think about that. I'm not saying you should be opposed to it. And so if you're looking to, especially as you're going up in your leagues and stuff, that's something that you might want to strongly consider for your live stream, to think about ways you can integrate some of those activities so that you can see some growth in terms of more exposure to other communities, as well as thinking about your monetization. So I say that because I was like, I don't want to have a conversation in the meeting, but it is something you might want to think about if you're looking to ascend and go up in your time here. Thank you all coming in. Appreciate you all joining. Thank you so much for coming in. Let me know if there's questions. Like I said, not everything is something you need to do immediately, but you would have to think about your strategy overall. Yes, stop by Sodas quickly, responding to some texts and calls. Too busy, busy, busy. I love that. I love that, friend. Yes. And yes, Soda is live right now. Love it. Yeah. So, who else is live? Holly Q's live. She just ended. Dr. Darrell was live. She was live for a little bit. She didn't stay live long. Huh. So I think she's still kind of making adjustments. But when it comes to live streaming, so we're going to talk about live streaming tips. I did not. So what I shared earlier is that I followed some of the things that Flourish. How you doing, Lorena? Thank you so much. The other Kim Jones, Love Jones, is in the room. How you doing, friend? I am Kim Jones. Appreciate your friend coming in on that other account. Others who are coming in, I appreciate you. If you are new to my live, come in, say I'm new. Let me know if you have any questions. Treese, how you doing? Let me know how things are going for you in your live journey as well. Are you going live, my friend? And if you have questions, this is like your TikTok affiliate account. So let me know if you have any questions. And then others who are in the room, if you have any questions we need to talk about for the live stream. So what I was about to say is that when Flourish came in and she shared some tips about her live streaming process, her journey, things she's been doing to grow. She's been very intentional about teaching the algorithm who she is, what she's about, what's going on in her topic for her live stream, being very niche specific. She says those keywords in the beginning. You hear me talking about live streaming for beginners, new people, people who are experienced, understanding strategy for your live stream, understanding tips, live streaming tips. So I say that because, again, I want the algorithm to know I'm that person that they can send people to this room if they're interested in the live stream process or going live, or if they're nervous, afraid, and scared. Like, how do they come here and learn how to go live with confidence? So those things I'm saying on purpose. How do I make what you have over your head? This is the one you don't want. You don't want this because well, let me say that differently. It depends on your effects and what you're using. You could turn it off or on. Okay, so mine, I use the hand heart effects. I do have some filters on that are preset before I start live, and then this is a board. And so it doesn't take my effects away. It kind of works with the effect. So I don't have an issue about having a board up and what's happening in the room. But I think whatever you're doing, it may not work with the board. There are some effects that it does not work with the board. It turns the board off. And so so it sounds as if whatever you're doing, it may not work with the board. But let me know. But this is a board, and all I did, as you can tell, I put these two little cute emojis in there, and I just used a preset board. And I can walk you through. Let me know if I need to walk you through how to get there. I thought we talked about it, and I think that was the takeaway, that it didn't work with what you were normally used to putting up for your filters and effects. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, this is a board. Um, and so again, it just depends on what you're using. So the boards are good. I mean, I think it's important to have some messaging. The sticker, if you click the wand, I'm gonna click a sticker. This is a sticker that I'll use. Let me just say this. This says preset. It says welcome. This sticker here, and you can put that up. Now, if I want to edit this sticker, I can take off welcome, and I can say, good evening. Why is it not working? Evening, everyone. And so that's there. TikTok has to approve it, so I can put that there. And it's a sticker on my room. If you want to put a smaller message, it is a word count, so a character count, so you can't use it for everything. But that's a sticker, and that sticker will stay there. Faithful is she. How you doing, friend? Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you for coming in, saying hello. So it will stay there. As long as I wanted to, and then I can kind of move it up in the trash bin. I'm just sliding it up, and it goes away. That's all I did. Thank you so much, Faithful as she. Appreciate you being here. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's see. Jesus Family Team Flex 9951. Appreciate you being here. And then you do line dancing. Let me know if you have any questions. And do you go live? Do you go live as a live host on the room? Good afternoon to you as well. So just know that's what you can use. Kim, you can use a sticker. You can change out the words, and it's just real little thin mat sticker that's there. And then again, you can put up to, I think it's 25, no more than 32 word characters that you can use. Okay. Others coming in the room, I appreciate you all joining. If you guys don't mind sharing out the live, I have gone live, but not as a host. Okay, so you went live as someone's guest. You were in their boxes. That's what you did. You went in someone's boxes, which is fine. What was holding you back from being a host? Thank you all for reposting. Appreciate you all supporting the live that way. Um, hey, Dr. Foster, how you doing as well? Thank you all. Thank you all for sharing. Hey, hello, Coach Rhonda. Appreciate everybody sharing. If you don't mind reposting and sharing, that's great. Um, how you doing, Qatar America? Hello, friend. Thank you so much. Uh, so yes. Do you have a live topic? Let me know if you have a live topic that you would cover, but you doesn't sound like you do. Go live enough to come up with a topic. So we talk about that all the time in terms of what to talk about when you go live. You said I watched your live for 400 minutes. Congratulations. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you being here, Dr. Foster. Thank you so much. Um, Thank you, Kim, for sharing out the live. Thank you, Faithful, and for sharing, and E-Nurse for sharing and liking. I appreciate you all coming in, supporting the live stream. So one thing that came from this conversation, community sharing out the live, reposting is key. That helps to warm up the room, okay? As you're talking, more people are coming into your room. They're engaging, so you do need that support from your community to help with the likes, the shares, the comments. There was this notion that she shared that really it's important for your community to do all the sharing and support for the live as opposed to the live host, because it's not proper etiquette. That was kind of the term that was used, as the live host is self-promoting, sharing out their live, which is counterintuitive to marketing, promoting your live, or at least advertising the fact that you're live to your community. So I don't agree with that one, but I'm going to let it play out this week. So one thing I did take away from our conversation as like a great idea and suggestion is creating a post and resharing that post to your story, but creating a post that's specific to you going live. And so if you see on my page, my post today says, it's time, I'm going live. Join me live for my live stream where I go live and give you strategies and tips to go live. I'm going live right now. So that's pretty much what I said. And so with that, I threw that in my story, and she said she reposts that message to her story. She shares it in her story daily. Same message, same post, but it's constantly getting shared out. So that was actually a good aha moment. I was like, I like that. Hey buddy, how you doing? Thank you for joining. So recognizing that you can do that in a way to kind of share to your story, but also alert your community that you're going live now. Okay. The part that I use is that I always said you want to search for keywords on your profile page. You want to search for keywords that align with what people are searching for based on your topic. So for me, I go live. So what TikTok live is what I search. And one of the search things was TikTok live now. And I was like, oh, so let me be sure to create that post. So just knowing that that's key to helping people understand that I'm going live now. That's a searchable term where people are looking for as well. Okay, so thank you all who are coming in. I appreciate you all joining. Thank you for the likes and the shares. Leanne, thank you for coming in. I see your friend. Appreciate you coming through the live. Others who are coming in, feel free to come in, grab your daily heart me if you haven't done so far. I have not gotten my flash goal yet, so we'll see if that comes sooner than later. Hey Alex, how you doing, friend? Thank you for the support. Hello Leanne. How's everything going for you? And so, please keep doing the good work. Thank you. Lives make a difference, one person day at a time. Alex, thanks for the encouragement. I appreciate it, friend. Thank you so much. Every time you come in, independent journalist, thank you so much for coming in and sharing that good news, friend. Flourish, hey, friend, we was just talking about you. And so just recognizing that the tips you gave, we're still learning and growing. We're still trying to figure out what's working, what's not. The community did share out the live. I still have not shared out my own live. And I did not. Oh, there's the flash goal. Your ears were burning. I love it. TikTok just gave me the flash goal. I just brought that up as well. And so we got 11 ice cream cones. That's what Nika got earlier in her live stream. So the ice cream cone is here for us. Thank you all for supporting the flash goal. Thank you for coming in and supporting that. We got 6 of 11. Thank you so much. If you are new to the law, the flash goal is something that TikTok sets for us. We don't set it ourselves. It's one per person. Is asking for 11 people in the room to share out to support the live by sharing an ice cream cone with us and sending that ice cream cone. So we got 8 of 11. So we'll see if we can get some more ice cream cones. But I appreciate you all supporting. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm Written Unstoppable. Appreciate the support, Leanne. Thank you for those daily heartbeats. You guys, I love it. I love it. I appreciate you guys supporting that way. TikTok is prone to send out that heart me any minute. Faithful, thank you so much for sharing your heart me as well. Did you withheld it too, didn't you? Did you do that on purpose? Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming in. She's like, let me hold my heart me. Thank you so much, friend. I don't know if you did that on purpose or it just so happened that way. So thank you for doing that though. Miss Darlene, thank you for sharing out the live. We talked about that. Zen, thank you for that heart me. Look at your friend. No, I thought I had sent it already. Oh, really? Okay. People come in, they'll hold it because they never know what the flash goal is going to be. And it could very well be the heart me. It's bound to happen probably one day tomorrow. We'll see if it's in the morning or the evening. But yeah, hey, how you doing? Thank you so much, Zen. I see you, friend. Thank you all for sharing. I asked my friends to hold it into after. Yes, you almost have to now. You almost have to because TikTok is trying to it chooses hurt, pain. At times, it's like, why would you choose that for us, TikTok? People come in, they support, and they're doing the best they can. They're loving on the live room, and then you want to choose the heartmate as pain instead of love. So, it's all good. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for coming in, supporting as well. And so We're going to talk a little bit more. Thank you all. You said I can have 80 people in my room and still won't make the goal. Really? What's your average count? Is it like 40 and above? Is that what they're asking for? Or do they still kind of keep it in the 20s or 30s? They also won't let me send more ice cream cones. Yeah, it's one per person. So yeah, Faithful is she is just one per person. That's what the flash goal is. It's really designed to get people to engage with your live stream from a gifting perspective. As they come in, people, if you're sending like one coin gifts and stuff, TikTok throws out that flash goal to get more engagement and obviously more gifting. Yes, two more. Yes, we need two more ice cream cones. Yeah. So it's unfortunate because to your point, there are people who would knock it out instantly. But then there's a lot of people who just don't do it. Hey, Nika Grace, thank you so much. We do have the flash code. Thank you so much, friend. Yeah, there's some people who just don't do it. I love that. Thank you guys. We got it. Appreciate you, Coach Rhonda. I saw the shop page come through. Thank you so much, friend. So, here's the thing about it. And I talk about engagement a little bit. I think there is something to be said about, again, and I say this all the time, we're on a live stream. So if we're doing this live stream, to a certain extent, we are looking for engagement in our lives. It's not that we're trying to be on television where that whole notion of liking the live or sharing it out or commenting, all that stuff doesn't exist in the television world. But because we're streaming, that interaction is telling the algorithm that this live is worth it. People are here, they're engaging. It needs to be shared with other folks. We want to see more activity in the room. So that's essentially why you do it. Now, there's ways to do it that I tell people all the time. There's free support. And then, of course, this TikTok is a TikTok economy. So TikTok wants to make sure TikTok gets support as well when it comes to the gifting that happens. But I tell people, if you understand what's happening here, and if you ever want to become a live host, or if you ever are looking at supporting live hosts, that's part of it. You got to have people who are going to be liking your live. You got to have people who are going to be sharing it out, as well as people who are commenting and keeping the chat going, because that's important. And then ultimately supporting your live goal, your flash goal, your gift gallery, the things that the algorithm is also paying attention to. All of that is tracked. Okay. Hey, Vibe Wellness, appreciate your friend. Thank you so much for coming in. So all of it's tracked. And so at the end of the day, the engagement matters. It matters to the growth of the live stream. And so the more you educate your audience on how to support, the better off you're going to be early. Okay. So and this was a takeaway from Flores yesterday too. I mean, she had some nice nuggets and ideas that she gave as someone who had been doing this for the last 6 months or so, very regularly. She goes live almost daily, and so with that, she's in a very niched area of when you think about the gardening niche, but also she's household plants. So she's talking to people who are interested in her plants, interested in her information and how she's sharing it. But at the same time, they may be watching her live for the first time. Or if they are new to the platform or been here in the platform, maybe again, the lives that they attend, there's not the discussion about engagement. So she makes it quite clear. She spends time teaching them how to engage, helping to break down what is the heart mean? Like, what does that mean? Like, how do you actually understand what you're doing there and becoming a fan club member? That's important. The whole concept of sharing out the live, where are the shares located? How do you share it out? If you are talking about engaging and liking the live, like how do you like the live and make sure that enough likes is building up in the room so that TikTok, the algorithm knows that people are engaging in that way. So that's important. So all of those things you got to educate your community on. And unless, you have a room that has people in there that know how to engage and stuff, you want to make sure, especially as you grow, that people understand how to engage properly with your life. Hawaii, good afternoon. Hawaii, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Is that where you're geographically located? Are you located in Hawaii? Let us know, friend. Thank you so much for being here. Or is that just like, you know what? I love Hawaii. My name's just gonna be a Hawaii on TikTok. I love it. Thank you so much, Nikki. Thank you for joining as well. Let's engage. Chosen for one for life. How you doing, friend? Thank you for being here. Hawaii, I'm gonna give you some homework. So you are a newer account. How are you, friend? Almost you got 42 followers, so you're fairly new on these TikTok streets, and you don't have a bio. So y'all drop some bio stickers in the chat so we can tell Hawaii what she's supposed to be doing. We you got homework, friend. And so your homework is that you need to create a bio. Okay. So that's what we're gonna do. Create a bio. If you don't know where stickers are located, when you click to write a comment, there's a heart. It's like a grayed out heart that is right there in the comment box. Before you hit send, click the heart and it'll show you the stickers if you grabbed your fan club, your Daily Heart Mate. Okay? Flora, she said, this ain't TV. Oh, I love your stickers. Thank you. Create a bio, friend. Thank you so much. My stickers came from Nika Grace. Thank you, Nika. So with create a bio, so that is essentially what we tell people to do because it's important as you are optimizing your profile. First of all, you said, "Oh, I will." Yes. So as you optimize your profile, you want to have words in your bio. You have your photo, you have your name. You also want to have words in your bio that speak to who you are, what you're all about. Those keywords are important. It sets the tone for your page, your profile, but also it should align with your content. It should be things that people may actually search for so that they'll come across your page, maybe your content as well, and it should align with your live stream topic. So again, as you're talking about things you're doing in your live, what's happening here from a streaming perspective is also resonating in your content. So if people are looking at your content and they're like, well, what's your topic? What do you do for your content? What is this page about? And if they have to guess that and they're not clear, you're not clear about it, then I will tell you, you probably need to go back and update your bio, really think about your content creation, like what are you talking about in your content, and then obviously make sure that you are intentional about what you're talking about in your live stream. Okay, so all of that should be connected. Thank you all who are coming in. I appreciate you all, friend. Hawaii, you didn't ask the question. Hawaii is coming from where? Why the name Hawaii? Um, Thank you so much. I see you, friends. Listen, Chosen, you said I was doing some purging today and notice we we're not connected. Dr. Lisa, I do find value in your room. Thank you so much, Chosen. Let me check, friend. That was sweet of you. That was very kind and nice and polite the way you asked, like follow you back. That's what pretty much what you said. You gonna follow me back? I don't follow back at first, only because I'm still trying to evaluate. Are you just somebody passing through? Are you coming back? What's our relationship like? Am I just a person that you just see for a few times? But no, not with you. You're level 11 in the room, so I appreciate you being your friend. And then what's happened as of late? Well, let me talk about that. Let me talk about that too. So as you grow in your TikTok journey, you're gonna pick up people in the beginning. Okay, you're gonna pick up a lot of people in the beginning, and you're just trying to grow, 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 and you end up having a lot of followers that are following you, and some of those people become friends. But people you're following, the max you can follow is 10,000 people. Okay, so you're gonna at some point you're gonna have to be very cautious and discerning about who you're following and what does that mean to your algorithm and what does that mean for populating your following feed. Okay, so a lot of times people are very protective of how many people they're following. What does that look like? And honestly, I'm probably following almost too many people. I think I want to get it to at max. I think about it as almost like a third, maybe a little less than a third. I'm thinking like 2,000. But really, when it comes to my agency, the agency folks is my primary. I want to make sure those people are able to connect with me because they can't join my group chat if we're not following each other here on TikTok, as well as want to make sure that they're able to message me and stuff too. So that's probably my main priority when it comes to following people back. Thank you so much, Lynn. How you doing? Appreciate you. I did a little scrolling. I can't believe how many people their bio it wasn't clear. Yeah, it's a lot of that happens. Yeah, there's a whole probably etiquette conversation that can be had about the bio and what does it mean to have a strong bio that's very clear. Yeah. I need to get my bio together. Yes, friend. Well, yes. And especially as you think about going live, Radiate Wellness. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. You said, yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Appreciate your friends. Thank you all who are engaging in the room. I see you all. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you for the follow as well. Is it Ariste? Ariste? Is that it? Ariste? Thank you so much for being here. Just notice I have over 6K now following me. You're grown. Yeah, look at you. I love it. And that's happened because when we looked at your analytics, it was you almost got a thousand followers in like the month of December. It was awesome. So that's great. That's all because of that growth, friend. Biotech talk coming soon. I love it. Yes, get them together, friend. Get them together. So many. Yes, I sent. Oh, you look at sent 300 comments in the live. I am finally going to go live. Thinking about it long enough. There you go, Lynn. Hey, new year, new you. Okay. Get it together. New year, you. How are you doing? I'm doing well. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for asking too. I appreciate you chiming in. Let's do you go live, friend? Let's see. Ariste. Ariste. I'm trying to say it faster. Just me with good vibes while documenting life on my little corner of the internet. All right, nice, nice. So, do you go live? Let us know what's going on with your live journey too. Good afternoon, Radiate. Thanks, Lynn. I appreciate everybody coming in. As you come in, make sure you are sharing out the live. Feel free to share the live so we can get some new friends in the room. If you're not liking the live, like the live. And then if you're a new person in the room, tell me you're new so I can get to know you and the people in the room can get to know you and we can ask questions and connect and engage. Okay. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you, Vibe Wellness. Appreciate you coming through as well. Thank you, everybody who's coming through. So, what we were talking about live streaming tips. Just understanding. Thank you for the shares. Just understanding that it's important to uh, um, tell your audience, your community, how to engage. The importance of engagement. That's another thing, and that's probably one of the more important things because, again, if you're just talking and there's no engagement, people aren't liking the live. They're not commenting. It's not helping the room move. It's not helping the algorithm know what's actually happening for your room. So sometimes people get the puzzle, so that happens. And I think it kind of happens randomly, but it's important to know that your room has to engage. Did you do your story again? I did. I did. So I told you I'm going to do it all week, and I didn't do the share. I didn't do the tap. I did do the story. I did the story again. I sure did. So that particular post, we'll see how it grows too. You said, look at you. I told you I'm going to try. I'm going to try it. Now, again, you'd heard my philosophy on the sharing. The sharing I actually fundamentally disagree with, but but I'm going to play this out, so we'll see. But I think I agree with the notice anything noticeable. I think I agree with the notion that it's important to educate your community and educate the algorithm as much as possible. And the reminders in the beginning are important, especially for the first 10 minutes. You are warming up your room. That's a warm up phase. You are telling the algorithm, telling the people, here's what I need, here's the type of support I'm looking for. So I think that's important. Now, the numbers obviously will go up and down quite a bit, but the more you can tell people, look at you reaching level 12. Thank you so much. The more you can tell them to support the live in that early phase with tapping and sharing, that's support. That's great support. The flash goal came early. I think that helped. I think if nothing, if something I noticed about that post, my other posts have done okay, or not really okay. I shouldn't say that, but that post seems to be trending a little bit better than the other posts in the last couple of days because again, I shared it twice already in my story, so I think that's helpful. And so is it the same post to your story? It is actually. So that was her trick, or I should say her recommendation as one of many. So she got a couple different recommendations. But one of many recommendations is that she takes a post that says she's going live and she's talking about, again, she's in a plant gardening niche. And so she's saying, it's time for plant care tips. Join me live. And she has a post that she shares in her story. And it's a post on her page, and it's the same exact post that she's sharing every time she goes live. Every time, no matter if it's twice in a day. So she's doing that. I am concerned about restrictions you gave to say restrictions you gave to say it a certain way. Um, Restrictions I gave to say it a certain way. What did I say? What do you something I said? You want me to re talk about it? Rehash it? I'm not sure. So yeah, did you see the message? She sent you a message to Vibe Wellness. So let me know what you meant, friend. Should be following people that join this live. You said, should we be following people that join this live? It depends. It's up to you. There's no hard and fast rule that says you have to follow people that join this live. I will say most of the people in the agency are good people to engage with because they understand how to come in a live, how to engage back with you. So especially if you're about to go live for the first time, this could be a great group of people to share your live with and say, I'm about to go live. Come join me. Yeah, so I would say definitely encourage you to connect with some folks here. Let's see. Thank you all. Chickens and bullies, how you doing, friend? Bob Wellness, you said, I was just talking about how to instruct engagement without focusing on you when the gifting piece. Oh, okay. Um, Without focusing on you for the gifting piece. Um, you know, I have to admit, you almost have to talk about that too. I don't think you need to ignore that. I think it's important. The way Flourish talked about it is that you want people to understand your goals for your room, what's happening in your room, understand the live streaming process. So to a certain extent, you gotta inform them. Like what she's been using lately is that we have the agency competition. And so she's letting them know, hey, I have this competition going on too. Let's see if we can get to, the top five. And so people are looking at that and supporting. She'll have a goal that says, oh, to do that, I do have the little heart puffs or something else that's there. If that can support me with getting to my goals, if you guys share that, or she'll talk about her gift gallery. So I think it is important that you educate your community about what's happening here because a lot of them don't know. Thank you for the populars, friend, and thank you for it's a Beat a Life community. Thank you for the 1 month of coming in, sharing that sticker. I appreciate you coming through as well. So a lot of people don't know. They don't know how to support. And so helping them understand that these things help me in moving the needle, helping me with getting to reaching my goals. This app is all about engagement. So you really should figure out a strategic way to say, hey, we need to rally together because this is something that we're trying to achieve. Or if you have a TikTok campaign that you belong to. And so you actually are encouraged by TikTok to participate in those campaigns because those campaigns give you visibility as well. If you ask them to do something, you can also need to explain it. Yeah, you definitely need to explain it. Yeah, absolutely. You definitely need to explain it. And so I think if I could dissect that a little bit, essentially she's saying like, yeah, you can tell somebody to help with your live goal, but it's almost like when I say the flash goal. Hey guys, TikTok sent this flash goal. Thank you all who are coming in. I'll say TikTok sent this flash goal. It's a goal that TikTok sets for the room. It's one per person for XYZ item. And just letting people understand that the flash goal is something that TikTok sets, not the live host. Or if I have a live goal, that live goal is there to support the room and engagement in a room. If you want to support the live, you can support me by getting a live goal. So there's always that one person that doesn't know. Yeah, it's always. And depending on your room and your topic, it's probably a lot of somebodies that don't know. I'm just gonna say that. Chosen, thank you so much. Leveling up to level 12 in the room. Awesome. Let me talk about that because we talked about that in Nika's room. Nika's room, there was a conversation about people coming up in your boxes. I just want to speak to this real quick. Thank you so much. When it comes to your community, that fan club, that daily heart me, that is the people who are coming back, engaging, supporting your room. They're doing the shares, they're doing the likes, they're getting enough points. They claimed and collected enough points that they leveled up to a certain level in your room. That means that they've been active. Okay, that means that they've been participating. Donna, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. Diana, how you doing, Cotton Top? Hi there, how you doing, friend? um and so thank you for the follow, friend, as well. So because they've been doing that activity, then hello from the FYP, appreciate your friend. Because they've been doing that activity, you gotta assume that they are a supporter of your room. Okay, so they've been coming back, learning, growing from you, and they kind of understand what does it mean to be a fan club member. You might want to use that as a way to determine who you let as a multi-guest in your room on the in the panel boxes when you have boxes up, because that means that that person has now, they understand the etiquette in your room, they understand how your room operates. They're not going to do something that could get your room in harm's way, because in those boxes you're responsible for your guests. It's like somebody coming to your house. If you let somebody in your house and they're inappropriate, who is that on? That's on you. So you want to make sure that they leave before you do have a problem. But at the end of the day, same thing for here. TikTok says people, your box is on you. So your room can get in trouble for their bad behavior. So just keep that in mind. And so use the fan club level as a way to determine if you're going to continue to, if you're going to allow them in your boxes. Okay. Is there a threshold that needs to be met before TikTok sends the flash code? No, it's kind of random. You might get it. I got it this week, like in the first 30 seconds of being live. It came super early. So it is rather random. I would say that. Good evening, Miss K Latte. Thank you so much, Amaze Fluffy. Is it Amaze Fluffy? Thank you for the follow, friend. Um, and so it is random. It could come at the end of your live. It can come in the middle of it. Ideally, you want it earlier, sooner than later, so that you can get it out the way, get the room to activating, and people coming in supporting the live, and you're not worried about, oh, what about the flash go? So I think that that's important if they can send it sooner, but it's so random you don't know when it's going to be sent. Thank you for the daily heart meet as well, Amazed. I appreciate you just checking on yours. You sweet coach. Thank you so much, Cotton Top. Appreciate your friend. Hello, everyone. That was from Amaze Fluffy. Appreciate you coming in and connecting. If you're new to my room, definitely let me know you're new. Put it in the chat. We'll get to talking. We're talking about live streaming tips. Um, Diana, thank you so much for the shares. I see you, chat. Okay, wait a minute. Flourish, you look at that, Lynn. Thank you so much. Picking up those voice notes. Appreciate your friend. I just think that's super cute. Said the teddy bear picking up the voice notes. Thank you. It's like I'm taking my notes and leaving. Appreciate you. Flourish, you said level 30 1 day a week on a certain day I will allow in the box to catch. Okay. So level 30 and above, you allow them in your box. That's right, because for the most part, you're talking about your plans. So you don't have a lot of multi-guest opportunities to chat. Okay, gotcha. To chat. So and there's certain people who have it all the time. Alexis, thank you for the follow. I see you, friend. Mine come in seconds today. It did come in early. Okay. I think mine was like within the first 10-15 minutes. So it came early-ish. Last week I didn't get one until 2 hours in. Ooh, that happened to me last week too. It did. It was super late. I think one time I got off the live and never got it because I don't know if I stayed long enough for it to come. Happy Sunday, everyone. That was from Cotton Top Flourish. Mine come in within the first 20 minutes. So so that's the typical first 20 minutes. Okay, that's good to know. Then maybe it's gotten a little normalized for you in terms of that first 20 minutes. That's good. Yes, you're new. Let's see. Amaze Fluffy. Let's see, Fran. Thank you so much for being here. It says, Mother of three. I am a licensed funeral director and embalmer. Look at you, Fran. Looking to learn how to make passive income with digital marketing. You're in a great room. I talk about that as well. I don't know if I'm going to get to digital marketing today, but yes. You got an interesting career. I love it. I love it. So yeah, I had my really, really quickly, I'm gonna digress. My ex-husband's cousin married a young lady whose family owned a funeral home. And she actually, how you sit down at Thanksgiving and sitting there talking to somebody? She actually ran through like the family business and what they do. It was actually really fascinating when you think about that type of upbringing. That's like her childhood, her whole life was being in a family that had this funeral home, and just that was our whole lifestyle. So I was like, wow, it was just interesting talking to her. But yes, welcome to the room. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for answering that. Apologize for the delay. No problem. Any questions you have, feel free to jump in. My newbies, this is what this room is all about. We talk about live streaming from a newbie perspective. I want you guys to feel confident to do this. Um, Alex, let's see, Alexis, is that it? Alexis? It says Jesus first, passionate about cooking and child care, nurturing young minds and bodies through love, learning, and healthy meals every day. Look at there, friend. Thank you for being in the room. Thank you so much. You said super cute. You talking about the teddies? I think that's what you were talking about. Hey, Miss Jessie, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, friend. Greetings, all. I have connected with all the LYIA family. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here, Miss K Latte. So, yes, appreciate everybody coming in. It wasn't my upbringing. I was 49 when I started after my mom. Oh, wow. Wow, that's so interesting. Well, let me ask this. Do you go live? Do you talk about it in your live stream? You know, that's interesting. Wow, that's definitely different. I was a career change, if nothing else. What did I miss? Nothing. We were talking about no, not yet. Okay, there we go. Not yet. You'll get there, friend. Stay here. Let me know if you have questions. Um, you definitely have a community with over 3,000 followers. So yeah, yeah. Do you do content based on your topic of being a funeral home director? Is that what your content base is based on? So how do you because I can't see your content in the live. Nika, I just thought that was really good the way you answered that. The person who was doing that, I think it was kind of trollish behavior, but at the end of the day, I think they meant well, but it was just the way they were communicating in the chat. You just softly ignored them. Quietly ignored them. I was like, oh, okay, that's what we doing. But yes, yeah, some of the questions were a little off-putting, but that happens sometimes, you guys. So I'll say that to you all. You said very trollish. It was, wasn't it? It was. I was like, where's this coming from? So yeah, you were kind though. You will have people that come into your live that will try to throw you off, and so you got to be intentional about either shutting it down, meaning that you mute, block, report them if that is a behavior that they're doing, or just quietly answering questions, continue your topic, and then going back and forth with them. So that's another way you can do it. The questions I answered kindly. And matter of fact, you did. I saw that, friend. I saw that. Um, I saw that. So yeah, it was definitely an interesting interaction. I was like, hmm. But to that point, I was just saying, when you are in your live, the live host can't see who they're connecting with initially. You see that mini profile, you just see that quick bio, how many followers, how many following, but you don't see their content until later on. And honestly, at that point in time, you just got to be intentional about seeing who all was in your live, going in, looking at your analytics, maybe looking at their page if you want to allocate some time to that. As you grow, that may not be as feasible, but in the beginning, it may be worth it because those individuals may become your fan club members, maybe some really strong supporters. So you're trying to cultivate that relationship. So in the beginning, it's probably not a bad strategy, but I would just say just be mindful that that's not sustainable over time. Coach, how you doing, Coach Sheffy? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, friend. You said Coach Jesse missed everything. You missed everything. Glow drop my vibe check sticker. Oh Lord, is that what happened? I missed it. I overlooked that. So that's your sticker that you throw out when people they vibe ain't vibing right. Check your vibe. Is that what you're saying? I love that. That's a cute idea. Check your vibe. If your vibe ain't right, we got a sticker for that. Butterfly kisses. How you doing, friend? Thank you so much for that daily heart me. I like that though. I like that as well. So what Nika's referring to when you are get the daily heart me. Hello, friend. When you grab that daily heart me, you essentially you said I need a vibe chat stick. You become when you put a comment in that grayed out heart. This is for my new friends in the room. That grayed out heart is your where you become a fan club and you have access to stickers. And so Your community can send out stickers. Like when I said earlier, our friends who don't have bios, we got to create a bio sticker because I talk about homework. You're gonna need a bio, and I give my whole spiel about helping you optimize your profile. So that's what that's about. It's no shade. It really is helping you understand if you're gonna go live and be a live host or be a viewer in someone's room. How you doing, Kurt? You kind of have to have a bio. That's kind of almost a prerequisite. I would tell you to optimize your profile, photo, name, they call it the nickname, the username, as well as a bio. Okay, that's how you make sure you check all those boxes to make sure your profile is ready to be shown out in these TikTok streets. Okay, so hello, how you doing, Jasmine? How are you, friend? Thank you so much for being here. Welcome back again. Happy Sunday, friend. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the shares, butterfly kisses. I see you, friend. I see you. Thank you for coming in and supporting. Um, thank you for the follow, Danita. Is it Danita? Thank you so much for being here as well. Thank you all who are coming in. If you're new to my live, put new in the chat. You said you have a question, and let me know if you have a question. Thank you, butterfly kisses. Let me know if you have a question. Um, and so what's your question, Amaze Fluffy? Thank you so much. New Miss Sib, how are you? Thank you so much for joining, Miss Sib. We got to put a creative bio sticker in the chat. But I appreciate you chiming in. We're gonna talk about that bio a little bit more. Um, let's see, my friends. Thank you all. Let's see, friends. Because so as you can tell, people will check your bio, your viewers, everybody. You said bio sticker. Y'all show her the creative bio sticker. Let's see. Yes, that's it. She has a PR and says she can't interact in a good way with others. I know. Yeah. Read the room. Yeah. You're right. Nika's talking about when we were in her room earlier. There was somebody that came in that was a little. They needed a vibe check. They needed a vibe check. So I have no idea what you're doing. Miss Sib, you are in the right room. 200 followers. That's good, friend. You've been out here. That is good. So Nika put in create a bio. Thank you so much, Flourish. I see y'all. Thank you so much. So I can create. Give me 1 second, Miss Sib. I'm gonna follow up with you in 1 second. Let me read a few comments, friend. So I can create content. This is what Amaze Fluffy said. I create content about being a funeral director or embalmer and post the content. Yes, and turn on your content disclosure in your audience control. But yes, you can do both. So you could create content about your life, your journey, what your experiences, your professional expertise, and essentially turn on the 18 years and older as well as the content disclosure so that both of those are turned on and TikTok doesn't say your content's inappropriate for certain audience control protects 18 years and younger because this app was made for kids, so you want to make sure that your content is a little bit more mature in nature and stuff, so you want to turn on that audience control every time. And then I would turn on my content disclosure because that's your brand, that's what you're talking about, that's your profession. So yeah, so turn on both of those features every time you post. I don't think there's a reason why you shouldn't turn it on. So yeah, every time you post, turn it on, friend. But yeah, that should be fine. Um, Miss Sid, let me talk about the bio. So when it comes to your profile, thank you for the follow as well. When it comes to your profile, the bio is that description. So if you click my photo up here, you'll see my bio. It talks about who I am, what I do, the times I go live, my emails there now. You guys, I updated my bio. Did y'all see that? Just saying, I did update it. So I updated my bio. But essentially, you can have that in there as a way to describe what you're doing on this platform and your whole focus for your profile on your page. And so what happens though, and most importantly, is that you're doing it also for TikTok to know who you are. So it's a way for the algorithm to get a sense of what you're going to be posting content on. You have keywords in there that matter to your target audience and who you want to engage with. And then as you post content, it should align as well. So when I was talking to Amaze Fluffy, that was kind of her bio speaks to being a funeral director and the work that she does as an embalmer. So again, just recognizing, I'm assuming her content would talk about that. Otherwise, don't put in your bio. There's no point in sharing that information if it's not relevant. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so it's not all, you don't have to put stuff that is not relevant to your page and your topic necessarily. Okay. Thank you so much, Amaze Fluffy. I appreciate the shares. Thank you all coming in. Soda. Hey, Coach Chantel, how are you? So you put a bio in. It also helps the algorithm understand who you are. And so as people are searching for your content or your page, it should show up in the feed for them if they're looking for the topics you're covering. And then what you talk about in your content should also be aligned with what you're going to talk about in your live. Do I have to have a certain amount of followers to do that? For updating your bio? No. No, your bio is day one with 0 followers. That's how you create your profile. Yeah. So yeah, you just go to your profile, you see edit, and just click the bio area and add the bio. Yeah. You have up to 160 characters for that bio. Okay. Couple things you want to do, some kind of best practices. If you are Coach Chantel, how you doing? Those in the room, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you joining. If you're new, drop new in the chat. If you have questions, as you can tell, I answer questions. Hey Taylor, how you doing, friend? I answer questions as well. So couple things you want to keep in mind when you're creating your bio. If you're a live host, put that you're live, your time zone, topic, potentially. If you go live certain days of the week or daily, put that in there so people know when you go live. Put it in your bio. If you do pop-ups, put pop-ups. Like, so you could say that. You could say, here's the time I go live. Maybe you don't have days of weeks that you do it, or maybe you don't have a set time. Now, I honestly say you should have a set time. You should have days of the week. You should have that, you know, as part of your consistency strategy, being consistent and showing up. Because again, you all, people are coming and they're expecting you. And so you have people who come to your live and if you have a regular schedule, they're like, oh, let me come into their live because this person I know will be here at this day and time. I know they're consistent that way. Let me show up because I know I can depend on them to do that. Okay? Because you're trying to cultivate that relationship, you're trying to build community. And so if you're all over the place, people don't get to know your schedule and they not coming and checking for you if they can't find you. You know what I'm saying? So come up with a schedule. It's very much like back in the day. So this is the comparison to TV because I say this ain't TV, but the comparison to TV is and many of us know you could go to the TV guide or you can go to your cable guide and you know when your favorite show was coming on. You know what day and time. You knew. And so you're trying to create that type of fan that will come in, sit with you, understand what you're offering. They're going to be either educated, entertained, or inspired by what you're sharing. That's the role of a live host. You're doing one of those 3 things, if not all 3 of them. Okay? So you want to make sure that you're here showing up in a consistent way. So that schedule is so key to this process. That's my challenge, the niche and consistency strategy. How you doing, friend? How you doing, one blurry visionary? Thank you so much, friend. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you all who are engaging. Thank you for the rose. I appreciate your friend sending the rose. Thank you all for coming in and engaging. I work six to 12 with my 9 to 5, and I'm trying to pen down a schedule I can commit to. Okay, faithful is she. Here's what I will say, just really quickly. I think the schedule is important, but the schedule should not stop you from starting the journey. Okay? I just want to say that, just in case you're waiting to figure out the schedule, because you might be waiting for some time. So just realize you got to start the process. Start getting familiar with the platform. Start getting familiar with what your talking points are. Understanding the algorithm. Understanding your target audience, because you're talking to a specific audience, your community. You're trying to cultivate that. Thank you all who are coming in. Tanisha, thank you for the follow. I see your friend. I appreciate you. If I did not say hi to you, I see you. I appreciate you. FYP, I appreciate that, friend. So come on in. So definitely work on that schedule as a way to say, okay, here's the time I can go live. So when I started this journey, thank you for that. Thank you for the cheers. I love that. The Club Victory. Appreciate you, friend. Thank you so much for the populars, and I love you so much. um, There's another thing I'm going to talk about for the bio, so don't let me circle back and forget to talk about that. Bryce, you're back. Welcome, friend. I don't want to forget my thought on updating your bio and things you want to put in there. And Bryce, you actually did really good with your bio. So just talking about the bio, creating a bio, I just want to make sure people know some things to keep. But when it comes to the schedule, when I started this a year ago, I like saying that, y'all. Just saying, I like saying it. So when I started this a year ago, going live daily, um, what I did do with my start journey, because I started on January 1st, a consistency journey. That was my consistency. I was going every day. Second grade teacher trying to reach 2100 today. See you, friend. Appreciate you being here. Mikola, happy place. You came back. I see you, friend. You were here last time. Appreciate you, friend. You're trying to grow. So definitely make sure you are engaging properly with the room. And hello to you, friend. So here's what I will say. When it comes to consistency, I started January 1st, and what I decided to do, I was like, okay, I know I got to show up. I'm just gonna go live every day at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock worked for me because my I had a day job, so my day job kind of wind down right then. So I just made sure I scheduled my day so I was officially done by 4. The other thing that worked is that my son, he's 5 now. He was in preschool. He doesn't come home to 6:30, so I was able to get started where he was still at preschool, and that was working for me. So I didn't have to worry about him. My husband, he gets home because he works in education too. So he got home around 3:30, but he would go for his walks. So he wasn't home. He wasn't interrupting. Although I'm in my office space here, he wasn't interrupting me or coming in talking about, hey, what we gonna eat with, all the questions that they have. So I didn't have that worry. So 4 o'clock worked for me to start my consistency journey. And it just so happened, I was like, okay, well, let me plan this out. I did it like the week before. I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. What am I going to say? What am I going to do? I did a little research, and I realized a lot of it was like, let me start where I'm at. I don't know this platform. Let me go around, poke around, and just talk about my plan to be consistent and my plan to learn this platform and be here and engage and stuff. And that's what I did. And people would come in, just like some of my new friends in the room here. You guys are asking questions, and I would say, "Hey, let me know where you're at, where you're from," and we would just get to talking. You said ready to hit 700 tonight. Is that what it is, Tanisha? You might, friend. Married and girl mom of 4, 2 jobs, GOP journey, real life, real progress. Thank you so much for coming in. I see you. Yeah, I'm assuming that's Glamsky ambassador. I'm assuming that's a product. To God be the glory. Gotcha, friend. Thank you so much. Yes, ma'am. Well, again, proper engagement. You guys know how to engage properly. Let me know if you don't. Okay. Let's say this. I give it. I'm a straight shooter. So when you're on this app, some of the etiquette behaviors that you pick up are part of those engagement room behaviors. That ain't necessarily what you go to other rooms and do. That ain't necessarily how you operate in other rooms. So again, you got to be careful about the rooms you go to. So in the beginning, a lot of our mindset on this app is that, ooh, I want to go viral. That's what we say. I want to go viral. I want to get so many followers. I want to be the person who has like 100 million followers. I don't know if that's real. Somebody got 100 million followers on this app? They probably. I don't think that's the case. But my point is, you want to have 100,000 followers. You want to have all these followers and you want to go viral. Um, Repurpose it. Give me 1 second. How do I create? That's a board in your live. I did my first live last night. Look at you, friend. I see you. Thank you so much. Perfect and perfect upscale goods. Thank you so much. You know what? Your logo is blending in. I could barely see it. I would encourage you to do maybe some color blocks to your photo because it doesn't show up well in the live at all. So I would tell you to maybe rethink your. I noticed that. I'll update it. Okay. I'll say, yeah. I'm like, is there a logo there? Okay, friend. Thank you so much for being here. I'll come back. I'll talk about the board in a second. Are you still meeting tonight? We are still meeting tonight. And just for the record, y'all, I am a Creator Network agency. We have weekly meetings on Sundays at 6:30, so we will be meeting. I'll probably stay live to right at 6 o'clock. So I got about a little over 30 minutes that I'll stay live. I must go. Thank you for the information and encouragement. You are so welcome. So what I was going to say real quick is that as you guys are going into those engagement rooms, you want to make sure that you are, well, first of all, I got a couple issues with those rooms because I tell people jokingly, you lay down with dogs, you wake up with fleas. So you got to be careful about the type of people you pick up along the way, because the goal is that we're trying to grow. But a lot of those rooms and people, they don't engage back. They're not your community. They're not your followers, as well as some of the things that you're doing when you go into other rooms. You're trying to figure out, okay, how do you get attention? And you do it because of the way they did it in those rooms. But a lot of times it's just really going back to like how do I come in and say hello, I'm new to your room, what are you discussing? I got it on the board. I say live streaming tips. So if you're learning and growing, you ask questions relating to the room, and as a result, you also connect with other people in the room. And when you connect, the most things that those engagements room is like gotcha, follow, scooped, all that language. You don't want to do that. You want to cultivate genuine relationships. Maybe you click someone's bio and say, hey, okay, thanks. I see that you go live on this day. I love your live topic. I'm interested in that too. Or hello, new friend, something like that. Just so that again, it's like this warm conversation that you're having with somebody, that you're doing that nice introduction. So that's part of it. I just wanted to say that because I know again the grow rooms, those engagement rooms don't necessarily teach that. They don't. So, and again, as you're navigating these TikTok streets, you're learning how to be a great viewer, and you're picking up tips and cues on how to be a great live host. Because ultimately, you might be on this side of the screen where you're going live and talking to your viewers and wanting them to engage in your room. So that's the one thing I would say. Thank you for the follow, repurpose it. What's the Creator Network Agency? It is a free program, Taylor. Taylor, it is free. Yikes. Okay, thank you for telling me that. No, you're welcome. You're welcome. That's what I do here. I tell you guys, I try to say it as gently as possible because I was new once and somebody didn't tell me. Nobody didn't tell me, which I wish they would have. That's helpful. I want quality, not quantity. That's it. That's it. BB, thank you so much for being here. Give me a second. I will stay with me for a little bit, Taylor. I'll talk about the agency. There was a couple other things I wanted to circle back. Somebody asked me about boards, and I wanted to finish the bio conversation real quick. So I have a couple things that's floating in my head that I wanted to make sure I said. Um, Thank you all. Thank you, Global Gospel Music, for the follow, friend. Yeah, I ended up in one of those early on and had no clue what was going on. I know, friend. Right? They don't do us right. We knew, and then we just think like, oh, let me go to this room. Let me go do this. And they don't do us right. Good afternoon. How you doing, K Essentials? Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Come on in. Thank you, Juju. Hello, friend. Thank you for the tips. Boy, do I need it? You needed this, friend. That's what it's all about, Taylor. Okay, sounds good. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Whew. Jean got heart needs. Did she? What'd you say? You're, this is Flourish. Flourish is saying Janine. Did she? She got heart needs. For her flash goal. How many did she get? She got heart needs. Um, and so people can support too. Um, Okay, so really quickly, Janine got heart needs. If you guys want to support, can you give us good quality rooms? I have so much gifts in one and two followers. They said be synced. Yeah, exactly. Um, I well, let me say this. Because of the agency, I have some great live rooms that you can go to depending on your topic. Now, you really want to get to the point where you're going to rooms that matter to you and matter to your interests, okay? Matter to your topic, your audience, your content, okay? So that's where you really want to invest your time and energy. Powered by all things faceless, AI tech, MP here. Thank you so much. No problem here. Guiding pros to digital income with simple online systems and millionaire next door policy. DM, and then it get cut off for me. Give me 1 second. Let me catch up on a couple comments. I think that's what you're saying. You're trying to figure out what rooms to go to. So, you know, because you're doing the AI tech, did I tell you last time you came in here, Taylor? And she was here earlier in my 10 o'clock. Dee's Digital, she does Canva and she does AI with Canva in particular. So she has a room that's pretty interesting in the sense that she's doing training. And I'm all for people going to rooms where you can learn from other creators in your niche, where you can then kind of get a sense of how they're doing it. And not that you're copying, but maybe there's some things that they're doing that are great practices, or some things that they're doing that you're like, okay, I don't want to do it that way. That's important, that you got to understand the ways to deliver your content as well. I have to break anxiety to go live. Thank you so much. Hold on 1 second. Tanisha, you said, what's the minimum time a live should be? Okay, give me 1 second. Who does? I want to go. Dee's Digital. If you guys message me, I'll share her post. I'll share it with her. when it comes to going live, when it comes to going live, I would say a minimum is two ways to answer that question. From a monetization perspective, TikTok monetize you at the highest amount. The most you can get is 40% per live you do. 40% of the engagement and gifting that happen in your live. Hey, Unwritten Unstoppable. Hello, Miss Darlene. So because of that, that 40%, that 40% is important to understand how that is broken down. It's based on getting at least 5 or more new followers. Thank you so much for following. I saw that, friend Daphne. Thank you so much, friend. 5 new followers. Thank you from Indiana. I appreciate you. And then also how long you go live. Um, he said, thank you, everyone. Excited to see how I can use it as a tool for my business. Okay, awesome. The live stream, yes, absolutely. And then, so how long you go live, 25 minutes or more, can get you 38%. So 2% comes from your followers, 5 followers or more, and then 38% comes from the time, the duration. So the 38 plus the 2 is the 40%. So keep that in mind. So 25 minutes is probably the minimum I would tell you, the very minimum I would tell you to go. I would probably tell you to average around 30, at least so that in the beginning stages. And then you want to get to the point where you're going an hour, 90 minutes, 2 hours. Thank you so much, favorite. I see you. I've never seen where it comes from. 5 new followers. You said, I never seen where it says 5 new followers. Nika, see, now you're going to get in trouble. You should have said that out loud. Because that tells me you don't be looking at your analytics. Now, see, now you're going to get in trouble with me. Reset your live goal. I'll reset my live goal. But look here. You are not looking at your analytics, ma'am. And so it says it clear as day if you're looking at the Scale Live Rewards, if you're looking at your analytics. So, Nika, um, you said, I've never seen that. I don't have time. I'm always in my analytics. You're not. Clearly. You need to look at the Scale Live Rewards. It breaks it down while you're in the live. It does. It's there. It says it. It actually has even a little red timeline thing that tells you. So it's like really there. Like really, really there. Newbie, would love to hit 200 tonight. Thank you so much for finding me. Appreciate you. Oh, look at you, favorite. Level 34. Thank you so much for the whatever. If you go live again tonight, we going through a lesson because you clearly clearly you done missed a whole lesson on Scale Live Rewards. But no, it's all good. I'll share it. Scale Live Rewards, though, you guys do need to know because it breaks down everything. And when you're actually live, okay, when you're actually live, it literally breaks it down clear as day of where you stand with hitting those metrics. Okay, from a time perspective as well as real time, how many followers you got. It'll break it down. Okay, so it's there for you, clear as day. So you want to make sure you understand. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. What is it, Leafberry? Appreciate you, friend. So you want to make sure how you understand the monetization that happens here. Now, for my newbies, that's probably a little bit of an advanced question in conversation because y'all still figuring out how to not be nervous about going live. So doesn't matter. I never get them. Okay, just hoping you're wrong for once. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm not. Yes, very advanced. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, friend. Yes, it's very trying to figure this live stuff out. Yes, you're in the right room. You guys are gonna. I have to say, so Leafberry. Oh, company LLC, pharmacist, teapreneur. Love that. Bringing king and tea to you, sharing wellness, culture, impact, one sip at a time. Girl, look at you. That's a great bio. Do you have a meeting tonight? We do have a meeting tonight. I'm gonna get off in like a little less than 20, a little over 20 minutes. I'll get off by 6, but we're meeting at 6:30. Yay. So really quickly, the bio, let me close the loop on the bio. The only thing I will tell you, my friend, Leafberry. Hello, friends coming in the room. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, Nika. Thank you for that. The only thing I would tell you is you need to put an email. That's key, guys. It depends on how you want to get communication. Please send me the link. Okay, yes. When I get off, I usually send a reminder email to the entire group. But Miss A Hunter, I think we updated your email. I think we did. Send me a message because I think your email was bouncing back at one point, but I think I've updated it. So I should have it. And I sent an email late last night. So you should have one where it already has the registration, and what I'm sending is going to be a reminder. Yeah. So you should have one. Okay. No worries. Okay. So just let me know if you didn't get the one from last night. Um, so when it comes to emails, I want you guys to include that in your bio. Gotcha. Okay. So if you guys look at my bio, I added my email. Just saying. I didn't have a lot of, I need to kind of retool it a little bit because I want to put like collabs or inquiries or something like that into my, to kind of describe what my email is for. I was thinking about using my other email. I do have a professional email for Dr. Lisa. I was thinking about using that, but I was like, oh, I'll leave the agency email. I'll put that up for now because it's smaller and I needed space. So I need to pay attention to the space characters that I have. So when everything's said and done, your email is an opportunity for people to reach out to you. Brands will reach out to you. Other opportunities to collab on this platform will reach out to you. So just recognize that that is another way for your customers, your clients to also get a hold of you. Yeah, that bio space is small. So they made it 160 characters, so it got larger. It used to be 80. It was 80 this time last year. It was only 80 characters. So they now increased it to 160. 160 is fine. I'm a little wordy. And then mine spills over to multiple lines. And then I think the issue with the lines is actually the problem. It's not the character spaces. You only get so many lines you can spill over to. So that's something that's happening too. Because if you guys notice, I use that last line to, okay, you said, oh wow, 80 is wow. Yeah, it was small. You didn't have big bios. You did not. I use that last line to show my link to my agency page. Okay. So the agency page is also in the bio. So that's why you see that at symbol where it's linking to another page. I don't know if people know you could do that, but you can do that. Okay. So if you have a secondary page that you want to link your main page to, like, so for example, if you're a TikTok shop seller, you're a business account and you have a personal page, you might want to link your personal page if it's something you want people to connect with. You might want to link that. And so that's essentially what I did. This is my personal page, and then the business page is the agency account. Okay, so those two are linked. So with that, you're often limited in terms of your character, your line spacing too. But I say that because again, you want to, if you're a live host, put your live host time, topic, and time zone. So topic first, time, and time zone. And frequency. Do you go daily? Do you go certain days of the week? Do you do pop-ups? Put that in there as well. Okay? So people understand. DM sent. Okay, perfect. Okay. And so you put that in there and you want to make sure that people know, what does it mean for you to show up in this space? Okay? And then when it comes to your emails, that's another way for people to connect with you and reach out to you. So being very intentional about how you are marketing and branding yourself and your services. So just keep that in mind. I just wanted to make sure I close the loop on the bio. So the bio is critical. If you're sitting in my live right now and you do not have a bio, that's your homework. You got homework, okay? So you can say, Dr. Lisa told me I need to create a bio. Yes, create a bio. You can do this, friends, okay? You got this. We want you to be great on this app. Create your bio. Yep, there you go. Thank you, Nika, for the stickers. But it's important for you to do that so people know who you are and what you're about. And so does the app, the algorithm know. Okay, so you're training the algorithm. We talked about some things I'm not going to be able to go into today. I do go live twice a day, 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern daily. So feel free to come back. I'm going to point out something. I'm going to go on for a little bit longer. DJ Mascot, thank you so much for the You're Awesomes. If you go here in my profile, you'll see where my mini profile is going to pop up. If you click my photo, my mini profile pops up. Click my photo again. I want you to go to my main profile. You still can hear me. You're still on the platform. You're still in the live. But I want you to go to my main profile because I want you to click the bell in my profile, on my profile page, because that's where you can set notifications of when I go live and when I post content. So you can always stay up to date with what I'm doing and how I'm coming on this app. And so I want to make sure you're getting support in that way. I will definitely be back. Oh, you're so sweet. Definitely, friend. Won't make meeting as well. I have a match with. Oh, you're doing Vibe Wellness at 7. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So we'll see how long our meeting goes to. Good evening. How you doing, you way? Um, I may try to pop in on my other account. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you, friend. Thank you for the sunglasses. Um, so appreciate you. Thank you. Love you. Diversify for the roses. When it comes to, okay, so the other thing I wanted to share is, so we talked about the bio. Did we talk about the nerves? There was a few people who said they're nervous, scared to go live. Thank you, Juju, for the follow. Here's the deal about this. The first thing is you shouldn't be scared. There's enough people, enough information on this app to kind of keep things going. Keep informing you on how to go live. So you should feel confident that you have information and resources to go live. What I would tell you is that you might want to understand what's your topic. What are you talking about? Who are you talking to? Okay, because oftentimes people become an addictive in time. We all friends. Yes, becomes addictive in times. Yes, it does. Going live, connecting with folks. Yes, this is community. You heard me joking with people here like Nika. Nika need to know analytics though, but scale out rewards. But just recognizing, yeah, this is community. Is that my bio setting goes to my settings when I click the bell. My bio. Not sure what's happening. When you click my bio settings goes to my setting when I click the bell. I'm not sure what that means. When you click your edit, when you click edit on your profile, that's where you would edit your bio. So you're not hitting your bio settings. When you click edit, you're going to scroll down, then go to bio, click that, and type in the bio. If you click my profile here, you're clicking the bell from my profile. You don't see a bell on your side when you're on your profile. So I think I don't know if I understood what you were saying, friend, but let me know if I got that backwards. Let me know. Yes, thank you all. I see the stickers. Thank you, love you, diversify. Do it scared. I tell people also. Here's the other thing I say: practice makes progress. This is not about being perfect. Get that out of your head. You're not trying to be perfect. You're not. You're learning. It's a learning curve. It's almost at 100K. Oh, we are, yes. This is a learning curve and it's okay. The app changes, it updates all the time. There's new features. People come in and share different tips and strategies. You're learning all the time. You are a lifelong learner if you're in these TikTok streets, okay? So don't try to be perfect about this. When I click the bell on your bio, it goes to my settings. Sorry. Okay, gotcha. Goes to your settings. It should be a screen that pops up where you can set the screen to go make sure that we're following each other. Where a screen pops up where you can click that information to say you want to. Maybe your settings doesn't allow you to do that. Is that what it is? Maybe there's something in your settings that doesn't have that feature turned on or activated where you get notifications. That might be it. With the Heart Me, you should get notified. She may not have, that sets notifications. She might not have notifications turned on. You might need to go in your settings and turn on your notifications. That's what's happening. That's what they're telling you. They're like, you ain't got notifications turned on. So the biggest challenge is when you're both a perfectionist and a procrastinator. Let me say this, Bryce. That's me. That's me. Bryce, you're speaking to the choir, Fred. That would be me. I am both. But what I realize is that okay, I see and let you know. Okay, I'll see and let you know. TikTok set me up as business account, so check that too, friend. Okay, so look what Love Universify said to Miss A Hunter. Yes, yeah, and that was hard in the beginning because you said in an introvert. Let me tell you, Bryce. Bryce, I'm things. And you're gonna be like, Doc, no, you're not. Yes, I am. I come on here and I go live and I perpetrate like I'm not an introvert no more. So I am, because if you see me later, it's funny when they see me later. I think Nika said it the other day. She said, "Are you tired?" Because they used to me this way, and she's like, "Are you okay? You tired? You tired?" Because my battery is drained. I'm an introvert, and so by its core, I'm an introvert. And so when I turn on later, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm tired." It's like literally it's draining, but I do love it. Bryce is my twin. I'm definitely an introvert. Are you? I know I do the same thing with my mind, my mastermind. Mastermind, yes. Even just in the meeting, I know my energy is drained, ain't it? Yeah. I know. I need to figure that out because that's the introvert in me. Energy cleanse. It is. I need an energy cleanse. But I come here and I show up because I don't want you guys. I mean, obviously, let me say this: when you go live, I'm all three of those. Yes, when you go live, you're talking about something that you are knowledgeable about, you're passionate about, you've learned, you're grown. Thank you so much, lovely Beverly. Thank you so much, friend, for the follow. Appreciate the daily heart me. You're learning, you're growing, you're building community, but at the same time, this is a lot here. And so what I tell people, first of all, you're talking to yourself. You're talking to the person you love the most. You talking to the person you care about the most. So you shouldn't feel nervous about this conversation. Now, granted, y'all real people out there. I get that. But at the same time, I'm like, I see me and I'm okay with me. So I've learned to now shift the narrative about being nervous because I'm having a conversation with me that's authentic, that's real. Maybe it's my alter ego, the things I want to say out loud that as an introvert you don't always say. And so now I've gotten to the point where I feel confident that I can do this and be okay with how it presents. I'm being me. How you doing, Magoo? Hey, friend. You said, thank you for the daily heart. Me, it's hard because I do love people, and my number one love language is words of affirmation. It is, yeah. And so you could bring that to your live stream. You could bring that to your live stream where I mean, I say it all the time. My words, we realize I'm a words of affirmation person too. Now, I do understand how the algorithm works, obviously. So you got to make sure you balance that. But at the end of the day, I tell people in a very genuine way, I appreciate you. Hello, friend. I see you guys as family, friends, and I appreciate all the support. I say thank you. And then people say it back to me. And I get those words of affirmation from my community. It's the best feeling ever. I will tell you that. It's the best feeling ever because you've cultivated this. This came from genuine interactions with folks, helping people, and people overall appreciating that help that they're receiving. Now, in the contrast, I've had a few people not appreciate the help apparently. And so you get the trolls, you get some people who are mean spirited, and those are people, because you can control your room, you can block, mute, and report. You can do all the things to remove that energy, that negative energy out of your space. So you control it. Unlike in real life, I wish you could have a block button and a mute button, but we don't have that. But here you do. And so that's the beauty of it. It really is. And people are very never expected. Yeah, that's it. It does make you feel great when you are appreciated. Absolutely divine. Yes. Family. LYI family. Yes. Yes, that part. Mean spirited. Yes. Mean spirited. People who want to be trolls. People who, honestly, who have an unrealistic expectation at times too. So you got some things like that you got to deal with as you grow, and it's like, oh, let's rethink this relationship. And so some of that happens as well. We need an LYI family sticker. Tell the girl who makes the stickers, girl who makes the stickers, Nika, we need an LYIA family sticker. Thank you, Fred. I appreciate you. Yep, the real life block button. I know. If we could, that would be you. I know. I know. But realize this is a process. Don't feel like it's going to happen overnight. I like to manage expectations. It takes consistency. It takes showing up. We have a sticker in there that says consistency and engagement. Those are the two things. That's if you was to think about it as a math equation. Consistency plus engagement equals community. That's what you're cultivating here. That's what you're cultivating. Consistency plus engagement will equal community for you. That's what you would get from this experience because you're showing up, you're being consistent, you're cultivating the people around you to support and show up as well. That you're teaching them how to engage, you're sharing tips and strategies with them. Or again, depending on your topic, you're either educating, entertaining, and inspiring them. And because of you engaging with them in their life, they're going to engage with you in your live, okay? And you're going to create community. They're going to become fan club members. They may even become super fan club members. You may see them supporting your gift gallery, your live goal, all the things to help you grow. They're helping with your likes, your shares, all the things to help this room thrive, okay? So that's the community you're creating. You don't get that by not showing up and being consistent. You don't get that by not engaging with them and connecting with them. Thank you, Cornbread. Thank you so much, Magoo, for the populars. I appreciate you. And so recognizing that that becomes part of how you grow. But if you're inconsistent, if you are sitting there not connecting and communicating with your community, then you can't expect to grow. I'm new to doing this. Do you have a mentor or a TikTok agent? I am an agency, so I got 7 minutes to talk about it. And in the meantime, while I'm talking about the agency, let me know if you are going live. Let's put that in the chat. Let's get the chat going. Who are our live folks? And I'm also going to be rolling out my in my bio. You don't see my webpage. You don't see that in there because I took it out for today. I'm going to be shifting people to the agency page. So I'm going to talk about the agency in a second. But ultimately, I do have an agency. I am a Creator Network agency owner, manager. Doc is the best. I feel so blessed to be here. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Love Universified. I really appreciate that, friend. Thank you. So what I am doing is trying to be intentional about supporting people who are not an agency. There are people who want to get consultations. They might want coaching. I got a coaching package. I got consultations. So I'm gonna be rolling that out. Actually, I'm gonna add it to my profile so you guys can access that if you're interested in that in those appointments in those packages. If you are interested in the agency, let me talk about that. It is a free program. Who helps me? Who helps me? It's like who helping you? You know what? A lot of it is initiative and going out here, learning and growing. I'm really big with reading. I mean, that's research and stuff. I do have a point of contact as a Creator Network agency, so I can talk to her about questions I may have. When it comes to other creators on this app, I usually go to my Creator Network person now to get like high level questions answered. But a lot of it is this community. I have to admit, it's this community. So if I was to really say who helps me, it's the community here. The agency folks, they are the people who come back, share updates. They're saying what's happening in their room. It's an interesting place to be in because I'm able to see things, but I'm also people come back and share. So that's again the community piece. I'm just gonna say it is the community piece. So you said go live later. What time is the meeting? 6:30. 6:30. 6:30. We do a Zoom meeting every Sunday at 6:30. I'm about to go live. Okay, Kim, you going live too? Okay. I feel it. You feel it. Thank you so much, love. Universified. So a lot of it is this community. We yes, we all learn so much from each other. We do. We do. It is that. A lot of that's happening. People will come back like yesterday. So this board, and it's something that was a little nuanced when I think about it. I had this board up in my live. I later went live on a voice chat. And you're going to ask me what's a voice chat. I don't have enough time to explain, but it's another way to go live. Okay? But it's just audio. It's not the visual. It's just audio. Okay. See you at the meeting. Okay, thank you. Real life stuff to yeah, yeah. And so because of that, my board wouldn't show up the other day. And so one of the other people in the agency, she might still be here. Coach Jess here, you in the room? Let us know if you're here. She came up, she said, Doc, I think it's the voice chat that's making it not work. It didn't even dawn on me. I would have never arrived there. She said, yes, she is. So Coach Jessie is really good. She does lives where she helps to motivate. She's also helping women with digital products and developing your own business model too. So just understanding ways you can engage on this platform, but also make it available as a business. Oh, I see. Yeah. So she was basically saying because I went live, had the board up, and then I did a voice chat, somehow it somehow made the board not available for like 24 hours. Not sure what happened. Truly, never, but it was not something I could pull up. It was about 24 hours. I was not able to pull up this board. So I think that was because of the voice chat. But there's stuff like that that happens all the time where people will say something, see something. I'll see something because as an agency owner, I see the platform too. And then, Flourish was having issues with her getting a restriction in her live. And so was Tiny Stiletto. Well, Tiny Stiletto said, hey, Doc, I think it was my web page in my bio. I took it out and I don't get the restrictions anymore because it was saying pushing people off the platform. I told it to Flourish and she removed it and it stopped as well. So, I mean, again, I think that's the solution, but it's because people talk. Yeah. Oh, let's not talk it up. You said don't talk it up. I know, Rand. Interesting. Wow. Yeah. So just know that there's things like that that happens and people were talking. So the community is a big piece of it. You got to be a part of the community because I'm going to tell you right now, you don't know what you don't know. And this app is very dynamic. There's a lot happening here. There's glitches constantly. There's glitches that's happening. There's other things that are happening. And at the end of the day, it's going to require you to have a community where you can, first of all, have somebody to go back to and ask questions, but also normalize what's happening in your spirit experience and help you with maybe other tips and strategies. Yes, that is a lot to learn. It is a lot to learn, and you're never going to learn it all. Let me just be clear about that. As much as you think you are, there's gonna always be something else to learn. 121 taps and 95 shares. You rock. Oh, I appreciate you guys. I thank you. Thank you so much for the support. Happy Sunday, Dr. Erica. Thank you so much for being here. I am going to have to get off in probably no more than 5 minutes. I'm going to talk about the agency real quick. And if you're interested in joining, just like being a nurse, it is any profession to that extent. You're always learning, learning and growing. As much as you think you got it under wraps, there's something else to learn. Updates, campaigns, fragments, bios, getting rid of a banned account, and a million other things to learn. Yes. And it didn't let me pin that. TikTok's like, no, ma'am. You said a lot of stuff. I think it was the banned accounts. TikTok's like, no, we're not doing that. Take your time, friends. Like a plant, let it grow. I love that. Like a plant, take your time. So really quickly, let me do a rundown of the agency. And when it comes to that, all the things that Nika said, agency support comes from that because TikTok gives the agencies a backstage system to look at your analytics, to look at your live stream real time where you're live. Also help you understand how to grow, give you tips and strategies for you to grow, as well as if you're in trouble with your account, violations of bans, the agency can support you so that you can get your account back. We do not have access to restrictions that you get, but we definitely can give you tips and strategies to understand how not to continue to get those. Okay, so that's a big piece of it as well. When it comes to what I offer, every agency is different. So I tell people do your research, get a sense of what you're looking for, what do you want from someone who's going to support you in your live journey. Really quickly, caveat: you cannot belong to an agency if you are not live. You got to have live access. You have to have the intent to continue to go live. That's the whole point of an agency. It is for your live stream. The free creator network, it's free because TikTok pays you. You get monetized from your live, and TikTok takes a percentage. Remember, I told you about the 40% is the max you can earn per live. You get 13%, up to 13% with those weekly missions that you can also earn. The average person earns about 49% each week. But with that, TikTok takes the difference And with their difference, they pay agencies like 2 to 3%. So essentially, TikTok pays you, they pay the agency, and they pay themselves. So that's what's happening. How you doing, for Farah, Laura? For Farah, thank you. Let me see if I said that right, Farah. Let me know. Thank you so much for being here. Bamboo shots. Yay! Thank you so much. Takes 5 years to break Earth. Oh, we're gonna break Sprout in 2026. I love that. Thank you for that. I love that analogy. And so just know that at the end of the day, agencies um, are free because of because the way TikTok pays agencies and pays you as well. So the goal is that you go live, because if you don't go live, TikTok doesn't get paid, the agency don't get paid, and you don't get paid. So that's the whole point of this. I don't have requirements. I have strong encouragements. Going into the next phase of renewals, I probably will have requirements put in place so people understand what's required of them to continue their live journey and to continue in the agency. Thank you so much, friends. When it comes to the services I offer, I go live twice a day, 10 a.m., 4 p.m. Eastern daily, answering questions, giving tips to go live, talking. Different people will come in and support the live stream, and we'll have conversations. We learn different tips and strategies. I also will go and do a weekly meeting. We're doing one today on Sundays at 6:30. We go live as an agency on Zoom, talking about all the things over there. I also do one-on-ones with you all. So you get one-on-one meeting with me, talking about your live performance, your analytics. That's available to you. You can schedule those appointments. I'm rolling that out today, y'all. So y'all see that today, at least tonight, later tonight when I press go live on it. And then also when it comes to, we have a school platform, SKOOL, where you can go in there, get information about going live. I have a 3-page checklist to tell you what to do before your live, during your live, and after your live stream. I also have some other resources there, and then you can collaborate with other live hosts in the agency, sending messages in our group chat. You can go there. You also can go here on TikTok. You can share out your lives, share out your content, engage with other creators in the agency. So again, we've created this community where that people are learning and growing together. The community is very supportive. They know how to tap the screen, share the live out, as well as support as getting your daily heart me, commenting, all the things. Again, not everybody is going to come to your live, because again, people are also thinking about what their live topic is. They're looking at their schedule. But at the end of the day, if you are an engager, you should also engage, and then you may get reciprocated engagement from other people. So just know that's how we kind of operate. Engagement is at the forefront of what we do. So I'm going to pin this. This is the agency's page. This is where you would apply officially. So if you click this account, follow it, in the bio is the webpage for you to apply to the Creator Network. So you can follow that account, apply to it. I have a pin there. If you go to my profile here, my mini profile is going to pop up. This account is also on my profile. So you can click there from my profile page and get to the agency page. And again, click the link, click the webpage in the bio and apply that way too. So that is there for you. A couple things you need to keep in mind when it comes to TikTok. The daily heart is confusing. One per live or one heart per day. One per live. I'm sorry. I go live twice a day. If you come to my 10 o'clock and click my daily heart me, you cannot come to my 4 o'clock and get the daily heart me. So it's one daily heart me for that live host every 24 hours. Is that right? No. Well, when the clock hits 12 midnight, you can get it again. I think that's when reset happens. You can get it again. I watched your live for 100 minutes. Eris J, thank you so much for being here. Let me know. Let me know if that didn't make sense. So if you come to my live today at 4, and you came to my live, if I went on a voice live, you came back later at midnight, you can get it again. So you can get the daily harmony again then. But that's just for that 24-hour period. Click your bio to join agency. My phone froze. Yes. One per live per calendar day. Except per calendar day. I love it. Each live host gets one heart me. Yes, per day. Per 24-hour clock. So, really quickly, if you go to my page again, let me see. This is the official agency account. So if your account froze, this is where you're gonna apply. You're applying on this account. Okay? That's the account you apply to the agency on. So you're gonna follow this account, you're gonna apply. This account is actually in my bio. So when you click launch your income account, you click that from my bio and then you can go to that page and you can apply there. Now really quickly, TikTok. Hey pal, say, do you need a break? It's 6:06. I do need to leave. I got like 1 minute. TikTok, if you already belong to a creator network, you cannot join. If you have not gone live already, you cannot join. You need to go live and get live access, at least 3 lives. If you got a violation or restriction on your account, you cannot join. So those are the things that TikTok won't let you join. It's not Dr. Lisa, it's TikTok. So can't belong to an agency already. Is one per person for only one account. So if you have a backup account, you're gonna try to join from that. TikTok says no. Okay. If you are in violation already on your account, you got to apply with your primary account too. TikTok says you can't join if you've gotten a ban or restriction. If you are not in the U.S. or Canada, my agency is with the U.S. and Canada, you can't join if you're not in the U.S. or Canada. And then if you made too much money, $5,000 over the last 5 months, you cannot join. TikTok says you don't need an agency because really this is for rookies. As you're growing in your diamonds, as you're making more money, as you're leaguing up, TikTok wants you, again, I say TikTok, because TikTok wants you here engaging and monetizing because they get a percentage of it. So just understand the assignment so that you're not confused by this and not put off by it because you're like, oh, wait a minute. I thought, no, this is all about you growing, you benefiting off this platform, and the platform wants to also benefit. Okay. I know that may have sounded harsh and rushed, but again, just understand what's happening here. So if you're not trying to go live, then you don't need an agency. Okay. So let me know if there's any final questions. I do need to go. I won't be rushed tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday. I don't have anything going on. Geez, 5K per month possible? Yes, absolutely. There are people who make that. A lot of people who make that easily. There's money to be made on this app. Unlike the others, you can make money on this app. Straight to the point. Thank you. You're welcome, friend. I appreciate you all. So yeah, there's a lot of money to be made on this app. Shop page, all the stuff, super fancy. Yeah, you can make money. Yeah, there's money to be made. So yeah, so let me know if you have questions. If you do apply to the agency, you're welcome to send me a message. I'll see it in the system. I need to do better by telling people what happens, because there's a lot of people who just click apply and they ain't never gone live, and so I instantly get the message saying they can't join because they haven't gone live, and those I need to respond quicker to. But it's really because those people haven't reached out. I think they're just going on the page, clicking I want to apply, but not actually letting me know. So if you do that, I would say, first of all, make sure you've gone live because it's going to send back a rejection. So it's kind of wasting your time and wasting my time. So just make sure you have gone live before you apply. Okay? Thank you so much. You're welcome. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate everybody who's here. Thank you so much. Thank you all who engaged and followed and commented. I appreciate all the watchers, the tappers, the sharers, the commenters, and then all the gifting that happened too. So thank you so much for the support tonight. Let me reset my live goal so it doesn't show up like this next time. And so thank you so much for the support. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me. Thank you so much, Love Universified. Appreciate everybody here. Thank you for the follow too, Letty. I appreciate it. Good night, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you so much, everybody. See you later. Thank you, Pals, for checking on me. You're so sweet. All right. Take care, friend. See you in a little bit.